Time is only real when you try to grasp it. Imagine this. You are holding a handful of water. You squeeze it, clutch it, press it against your palm with every ounce of determination. And yet, the harder you squeeze, the faster it slips through your fingers. You feel frustration, perhaps anger. And then, as you release your grip, the water lingers in the palm of your hand in droplets, catching the light. Strange, isn't it, that the very act of letting go allows you to experience what you have been desperately clutching? This is the paradox of time. We are creatures who believe in the tick-tock of the clock. From birth to death, we live as if life were a line, a string of moments strung along, one after another. Past, present, future, so neatly divided, like shelves in a store. And yet, when we truly stop and watch, we notice that the line dissolves. The present is all there is. The past is memory, the future imagination. And both are more about thought than life itself. Picture a leaf falling in the forest. You see it, and in a moment, it has landed. You call that time passing. But the leaf has no notion of time. It simply falls, the wind blows, the sunlight touches it. Life moves through it effortlessly. And for the leaf, there is no waiting or arriving. There is only the act of falling, the movement, the being. Why then do we insist on measuring it? Perhaps it is fear. Fear of loss, fear of the unknown, fear that if we do not grasp time, it will vanish, and we will vanish with it. We clutch it as if our survival depended on our ability to count it, control it, manage it. And in doing so, we miss the point entirely. Here is a strange thing. The more you chase time, the more it eludes you. The more you plan for tomorrow, the less alive you are today. It is like watching the horizon from a train window. The landscape rushes by, yet you feel motionless. You are both moving and standing still. Your mind says, I must get there. And yet, the very desire to arrive keeps you from experiencing the scenery that unfolds in your gaze. Time becomes a trap, a measure of distance rather than the dance itself. Now, consider the nature of clocks. They tick and talk, relentless and obedient. And yet, they do not live. They do not breathe. They do not experience joy, grief, or the subtle tremor of a butterfly landing on a flower. We give them authority over our lives, as if the count of seconds is the count of our worth. But life is not measured by seconds. Life is the movement those seconds attempt to trace. Life is the leaf falling, the wind blowing, the sunlight touching, the laughter erupting in a room. And here comes the curious twist. The moment you stop trying to pin time down, it flows around you like music. You do not catch it. Yet, it seems to stay with you. You are no longer the pursuer. You are the participant in a melody whose notes exist only in your listening. Past and future dissolve into a single, luminous present. You notice the ordinary miracles, a breath, a smile, the warmth of the sun, the gentle ache of your body remembering that it is alive. All of these are time, yet they are not numbered. They are felt. People often ask, how can I manage my time? But this is like asking how to manage the ocean. You cannot manage it, you cannot hold it. The moment you try, it slips. But if you swim with it, float in it, surrender to it, you find yourself in its current. And the current carries you with perfect ease. Life has never been about controlling time. Life is about participating in it, dancing with it, listening to it, breathing with it. Time is not something to be held. It is something to be danced with. Consider this. When you are in love, have you ever checked the clock? Time vanishes. Minutes stretch, hours collapse, seconds erupt. You are fully engaged, fully present, fully awake. But when love turns into duty, into habit, into something measured, time returns with its tick-tock insistence. Suddenly, life feels like a prison. Oh, what is the lesson here? Perhaps it is that time exists not as a thing to be captured, but as a phenomenon that emerges when we try to grasp it. Release your grip. Life has been here all along, flowing effortlessly. You are not moving through time, you are moving with it. You are not chasing moments, you are living in them. The moments are never lost. They are present, always, like stars behind the clouds, waiting for you to lift your eyes. Here is beauty in this surrender. To stop measuring, to stop planning, to stop clutching. The present moment is not a step on a ladder. It is not a box to check. It is not a coin to spend or save. It is the dance itself, the movement of existence, the pulse of life. And here is the final irony. The moment you stop trying to hold it, time reveals itself to you. The leaf falls, the sun shines, the wind blows, the laughter comes, and suddenly, clarity. You were never outside of time. You were always in it. You were never separate from it. The very act of surrendering your desire to control it is the only way to live it fully. Let us now look more closely at the human mind, which is the master illusionist when it comes to time. The mind loves to divide, categorize, and control. It constructs a past, a present, and a future, as if life were a book with pages that can be turned at will. And yet, in truth, there is only this page, only this moment. The past is a memory, a story retold in the theater of thought. The future is a projection, a phantom that has not yet arrived. And between them, this ever-elusive present is the only reality. And yet it is the most difficult to grasp. Why? Because we resist it. The present is alive, flowing, unpredictable. It cannot be planned, predicted, or possessed. The ego, that tireless architect of control, recoils. I must know, it says. I must understand, I must measure, prepare, secure. And so we busy ourselves, filling our days with tasks, appointments, and worries, as if to prove that life is orderly, manageable, and contained. But the more we do this, the more life slips away from us. The harder we hold, the more elusive it becomes. Time, in its true essence, is not a line. It is a dance. The steps cannot be remembered or anticipated in full. They can only be experienced. And the dance itself is playful, spontaneous, mysterious. Sometimes slow, sometimes fast, sometimes quiet, sometimes loud. We try to dictate the rhythm, and we stumble. We try to choreograph the movements, and the music stops. Yet when we relax, when we allow ourselves to be led by the rhythm, the dance carries us effortlessly. Consider fear. Fear is the great manipulator of our perception of time. When we are afraid, moments stretch, linger, grow heavy. We imagine threats, rehearse disasters, and spin the web of future anxieties. The clock ticks, but we feel trapped in its relentless progression. Conversely, when we are immersed in joy, in curiosity, in the sheer wonder of being alive, time disappears. Minutes vanish, hours evaporate, and we wonder, where has it gone? And the truth is, time has not gone anywhere. We have simply stopped trying to grasp it. There is a certain irony here. The very qualities that make life meaningful, love, creativity, presence, awareness, cannot be measured by time. They cannot be contained by schedules, budgets, or calendars. They emerge spontaneously, unpredictably, like wildflowers in the forest. And if we try to capture them, we distort them, we diminish them, we lose them. The attempt to control life's essence is always self-defeating. Now, think of memory. The past is not gone. It is stored in the body, in the senses, in the quiet corners of consciousness. But it is not alive until you call it to mind. And even then, you are reconstructing it, reshaping it, adding layers of judgment and interpretation. What we call the past is more a story we tell ourselves than a fixed reality. It exists as much in the present moment as the sunlight filtering through a window, as the breath in your lungs. The future, too, is elusive. We plan, we hope, we anticipate, we dread. But the future is not real. It is a possibility, a potentiality, a field of infinite outcomes. And yet, we clutch it as though it were solid. We build castles in the air, expecting them to stand against the storm. And the storm comes anyway, as it always does. For life is not predictable, and the present moment cannot be controlled. It is in this tension, the push and pull of fear and surrender, of grasping and releasing, that time truly reveals its nature. When we cling, time slips. When we resist, life evades us. When we let go, when we allow ourselves to float in the current rather than fight it, we discover that life has always been here, flowing around us, through us, as us. Time is not something to be held. It is something to be danced with. Let me offer another image. Imagine standing on the shore of a vast river. You see the water rushing past, unstoppable, inevitable. You jump in, and the current carries you. You try to swim upstream, fighting against the flow, and you exhaust yourself, grow frustrated, and panic. Or you can float with it, letting the river guide you, feeling the subtle currents beneath your skin, listening to the rhythm of the water. The river does not need your control. It only needs your presence. And in your presence, the river reveals its beauty, its power, its eternal movement. This is what it means to live without clinging to time. To embrace the impermanence of each moment. To understand that the ticking of the clock is a symbol, a tool, a human construct, not the essence of life itself. To participate in the flow rather than attempt to command it. And in doing so, you touch something eternal, not because you have captured it, but because you have opened yourself to it. We can see this in love. When two people truly connect, time ceases to matter. The mind may glance at the clock, but the heart does not. Moments are not counted, they are experienced. And in that experience, there is a paradox. It is fleeting, yet infinite. It is small, yet boundless. It is transient, yet timeless. And the only way to enter that space is to let go of the desire to control, to plan, to measure. Love is lived, not scheduled. And so too is life itself. Even the act of thinking about time is caught in a paradox. As soon as you label a moment, you have already changed it. You have moved from being a participant to being an observer. You have stepped outside the current, and in doing so, you see only a fragment, a shadow, a reflection of what is. The living moment, the leaf falling, the wind blowing, the sunlight touching, is always richer than any thought about it. And yet, the mind insists, I must know, I must understand, I must hold. And thus, the tension continues. Perhaps the greatest insight is this. Surrender is not passivity. Letting go of control is not giving up. It is, in fact, the most active form of engagement. It is being fully awake, fully present, fully alive in the midst of the flow. It is participating in life's dance with both grace and attention. And it is in this state that time ceases to be an enemy, a burden, a trap. Time becomes a partner, a melody, a companion on the journey. And now, let us rest in the quiet understanding that time, in its truest sense, is not a sequence of events to be managed. It is the very texture of life, the rhythm of existence, the subtle movement of being itself. To see this is to awaken. To feel it is to become fully alive. It is like realizing that the dance has never been about reaching a destination, but about moving with the music that was always playing. Consider the way a river carves its path. It does not hurry. It does not strive. It flows. Sometimes it slows. Sometimes it rushes. It encounters rocks, trees, obstacles, yet it does not resist. It moves around, over, under, and through. And in this movement, it shapes valleys, nourishes life, and carries reflections of the sky. The river does not chase time, it is time. And so are you. You are not separate from the flow. You are the flow itself, a living expression of the eternal current. We spend so much of our lives measuring ourselves, counting our achievements, planning for the future, fretting over the past. And yet, these measures are not life. They are shadows cast by thought. Life is in the feeling of the wind on your skin, the laughter shared with a friend, the warmth of the sun, the quiet of a forest, the pulse of your own heart. Life is not something to be accumulated. It is something to be experienced, moment by moment, with attention, with surrender, with love. And here is the subtle, quiet miracle. When you stop trying to grasp time, it stops being your enemy. It becomes your companion. The ticking of the clock is no longer a reminder of pressure or limitation. It is a soft heartbeat, echoing the rhythm of your own being. Each moment, once feared or rushed through, becomes a gift, a presence, a treasure. And you realize that you have never been late, never been early, never been missing out. You have always been exactly where you are meant to be, here. Now, awake. Think of the leaf again. The leaf does not worry about when it will fall or whether it will land in the right place. It simply moves with the wind, turning, twisting, gliding. And in that movement, it experiences everything it is meant to experience. You are the leaf, you are the wind, you are the sunlight dancing on the earth, you are not outside of life. Trying to hold it in your hands, you are life itself. Flowing, breathing, becoming. And what of death? Often, fear of time is entangled with fear of death. We clutch the moments because we know they are finite. And yet, when we truly live each moment, when we surrender to the flow, the fear dissolves. Life is never lost. It is never past. It is not a thing to be held and then thrown away. Life is the current itself, moving through you, and when you understand this, death is no longer an end, but a transformation, a turning of the current into another form, another expression. There is a stillness in this understanding, a calm that is not inert, but alive. It is the calm of the ocean beneath the storm, the quiet in the eye of the hurricane. It is the awareness that life is not about holding, controlling, or grasping. It is about participating, flowing, and being present. You breathe, you listen, you move, you love. And the moments, each one of them, become infinitely rich, infinitely luminous, infinitely yours. And so I invite you now, listener, to a practice that is not a technique, not an exercise, not a goal. It is simply an invitation. Notice. Notice your breath. Notice the sensations in your body. Notice the sounds, the colors, the movement around you. Do not name them. Do not judge them. Do not attempt to hold them. Just notice. And in this noticing, something shifts. The mind relaxes. The clutching eases. And for a brief, exquisite instant, you are the river, the leaf, the sunlight. You are the current of life itself, moving without resistance, without effort, without fear. Time has not vanished. Time has never vanished. It is here, now, inseparable from your very being. And the paradox reveals itself fully. The moment you stop trying to grasp it, you experience it. The moment you surrender, you are free. The moment you let go, you are alive. Breathe and feel it. Listen and let it move you. Watch and let it unfold. Life is not elsewhere. Life is here. Life is now. And time, in its true essence, is only real when you let it be. Only real when you stop trying to grasp it. Only real when you dance with it. Fully awake, fully present, fully alive.